Hello, hello, hello. Good morning. My name is Allie Go Boom. Allie Go Boom! As in the sound as in the boom that happens when you play Minecraft and you don't hear the creepers come up behind you and then boom! You've exploded because you're a Minecraft noob. And so it goes. Allie Go Boom. Alrighty, so it's been a long while. It's been a hot minute since I mess around with streaming on Twitch. Oh no, and Twitch says I'm live but unstable. How does it know? In any case, we'll keep an eye on that and see what happens. But yeah, so I'm trying something a little bit different. I know there's always been this little thought in the back of my head, like, oh, wouldn't it be fun to be a streamer? And then there's always the little voice that says, oh, but you wouldn't be very good. Yeah. So today we're just going to pretend that little voice doesn't exist because we're squashing all the little insecurities and stuff that hide out in the little corners of my brain. Keep me from living my best life. And see, so why am I doing this? I'm doing this because it's a thing that I've always wanted to do. And so I'm going to do the thing. And it also aligns perfectly with working through my Steam backlog. That's probably the biggest goal that I have for this whole streaming activity sort of thing, is to work through my Steam backlog, get through some games, have some fun. And so what I've chosen to start off with at random is, random from the story games that I have in my Steam library. I thought that a story sort of game would be good to start with at first, so I can just focus on being present and figuring out how all these other little things work, getting used to talking to sitting in my room talking to myself, which actually is not such a big deal because I talk to myself all the time. But now there's a very small chance that there might be somebody listening on the other end. That's a little creepy. But anyway, we're here. It's Thursday, 9:35 a.m., December 4th, 2025, Eastern Time. And so, we've got Citizen Sleeper here. I only know the barest minimum about this game. I know that apparently it got some good reviews. It's a science fiction game. There's some dice involved. And so let's click the little button. Click. We'll do new game. Empty. Oh, what is this? Choose character class. Operator. An operator works with drones and high-precision remote machines to perform complex tasks from a distance. Sleepers assigned to operator work are usually cerebral and precise people. Skills. Oh, I see. So there's 5 different, 5 different skills. Engineer, interface, endure, intuit, and engage. Intuit. Is this accounting software? Okay, engineer. Work with machines and physical tools. Interface. Work with digital interfaces. Endure. Use strength or strength of will. Intuit. Approach problems with awareness. Engage. Approach a problem head-on. Alright, so what are these skills then? So we have basically the mechanics, programmers, labor, white collar work, Approach a problem head on. I don't know. Entrepreneurs? I might be thinking too much. Alright, so anyway, so we've got this. Perk, transfer intercept, chance to gain cryo on interface actions. Okay, so interface is the high +1, so that's probably what that is. I don't know what cryo is. I'm gonna guess it's maybe some sort of digital currency. Alright, next class. Extractor. Extractors work on resource extraction, often in hard vacuum environments. Sleepers assigned to extractor work are often confident, self-sufficient, and have a high level of endurance. Okay, so these are endure, +1, intuit, -1. So these are your standard physical labor. Perk, photosynthetic skin. Ooh, interesting. Sunbathed dice action allows energy recovery at home. So basically you sit in the sunlight and regenerate energy. Interesting. Oh, so there's not only 2. Okay, here we go. We're going the other direction. Oh, there's 3. So there's only 3 different character classes? Perhaps there's more. Alright, let's see here. Machinist. A machinist repairs and modifies automated systems used in industrial resource extraction. Sleepers assigned to machinist work are usually diligent, careful, and structured people. And so we see that they're engineer, they work with machines and physical tools. Engage, -1, approach a problem head on. Okay. So these are the, like mechanics. Well, machinist, there you go. Perk, efficient extractor, chance to gain random scrap item on engineer actions. Alright, so let's see here. We have machinist. We have operator. And we have extractor. Let's see. So in games, extractors would be like the farmers. These would be range DPS. And this one, what would this one be? The crafting? Drones. High precision remote machines perform complex tasks. Modifies automated systems. This is tough. This is tough because I feel like an extractor would be maybe, and I'm thinking way too hard on this. But it seems like an extractor would be the easiest one. This might be the next easiest one, and then this would be the hardest one. I don't know. Okay, let's go with this one. This one was the default when we loaded, so we'll start. We'll see what happens. Ooh. My coffee cooled off a little bit, but that's okay. All right. Unknown. Where are you? The first thing you become aware of on waking is the disconnect. The delay between thinking and feeling, between wanting to act and acting. Minor, almost imperceptible, but always present. It's at its worst when waking, when yourself has spent many dark hours recalling what it felt like to be real, to be a person, to be in a body that was indisputably yours. So, the choices here are think of that body or forget that body. The disconnect. It's at its worst when waking. So, this would imply that we're not exactly in a good condition right now. So the best thing to do would be to shake it off and forget that body and focus on the now. Now. Let's get going. You resist nostalgia. It is pointless, especially now. This is the moment to reach out, not curl inwards. This is your moment of escape, even if it feels immediately like you traded one prison for another, smaller, colder, lifeless. Reach out. You almost laugh, or you would if there was room, or even air, to do so. The walls of the container are immediately present, cold, hard, at your back and face, cramping your limbs. You resist the desire to stretch, knowing that the claustrophobia comes next, and retreat a little from your central nervous system. It isn't painful, not like you used to know pain, at least. In emergency mode, pain is a message delivered with efficiency and ease, a reminder that harm is imminent. There's no insistent throb, no trembling nerves. Just a warning delivered with the banal quality of a digital notification. Right now, there are thousands of them. Okay, so these are pain messages. So right now there are thousands of them. Means these little notifications. So our choices are remember the plan or remember the others. And I think here, remember the others? I don't know. The other notifications? The other people? And so what I read about the description of the game is that we're a consciousness inside basically a mechanical shell. So that's why the character images look like they did. They looked mechanical, like machines. Why this is talking about what it felt like to be in a real body, like an organic body, as opposed to a machine. And so I think right now we don't want to remember the past. We don't necessarily want to dwell on it. I think right now we need to focus on why we're here, what we're supposed to be doing, and making progress, moving on. So instead of remembering the others, we're going to remember the plan, and we're going to get going. You mostly remember that it wasn't a good plan, but then your options were limited. And once you got the itch to get out by any means possible, it was either that plan or something much worse. It was at least simple. Collapse the shaft, drift away in the chaos, slip into cargo processing, seal yourself into containers, and then just hope the freighter left before you were missed. Some were lost in the shaft. Others never found the meeting point. Only a few made it to the containers. But the freighter, as far as you know, left. That feels like enough. Enough to know that you might no longer be on that grim and heartless rock. Even if, in the airless hold of a freighter, you might freeze solid long before you reach any destination. That's pretty bleak. That is so bleak. So I think I think remembering the plan rather than the others was the optimal choice. You know, it sounds like we were in a position that we didn't want to be in. We needed to get out of there, and we did. And so now we just gotta keep on trucking. Keep your eye on the prize, so to speak. Keep moving forward. Once we get where we need to go, or once we get someplace safe, then we can stop, think, and reflect on everything that's happened up to that point. So right now, instead of waiting for the cold, we're going to keep looking forward. We're just going to try to rest. But you are restless. It has been a long time since you left. Surely weeks, maybe even months. You are dully aware of damage to your legs, your right arm. You've been reserving as much energy as possible, but your body has still needed to shut down many of its systems to protect you. You've spent much of that time asleep, knowing that anything else would be impossible to endure. That sounds like this was the best course of action, because the passage of time, well, it gives you time to sit and think, and sometimes in our everyday, we lament the fact that we don't have enough time. We don't have enough time to just sit and be with ourselves and think about things or plan things or, review things, assess things that we've put into motion, figure out what went, what worked, what didn't work. And this is the other extreme. You have so much time, but nothing that you can do. So it would be mentally exhausting to sit with your thoughts knowing that you couldn't take any action. So it's kind of one extreme to the other. So let's just rest. You feel the weight of that impossibility begin to gather, and it's time to sleep again, to nudge this false body into inducing delta waves in your emulated mind, and once again recoil into a dream of when you were once a person. Rest. Time passes. The cold creeps further in. You feel something. Warmth. Not true warmth, but the indication of its presence. Your joints release from the rigor. Sound, too, everywhere. Screeching and shimmering so loud that your body ducks your hearing to protect its sensors. Then light. White as the cold. Softer and softer, until a haze of dirty yellow. A figure appears. You are out. Wow. Yes, and I am cold. I definitely felt that cold sitting here in my upstairs room. Poorly heated, wrapped in a blanket, with my cup of coffee. Coffee. Caffeine. Alright, so what is this? Items and data. Data. Items. Oh, I see. Data, items. Cryo. Cryptocurrency stored in air-walled sticks of memory known as chits. Air-walled sticks of memory known as chits. Okay. So... Oh! Dragos. Pragmatic salvager. The heck? It's a wise salvager? Can we do anything else? No? What is this? Oh, these are... okay. Alright. Pragmatic and private salvager. Okay, so it's a person. It has been a few hours since Dragos pulled you from the container. You sit huddled in a corner of his scrapyard, swaddled in the reflective folds of a mylar blanket. You're slowly coming back to consciousness, back to life, and you stare at the ornately curving element of an improvised heater. So this looks like a human. Augmented, to be sure. We've got the... visor sort of thing going on. Visuals. Speech modulating something. Something going in there under the shirt. Some sort of biomedical, biomechanical. A fake arm. But there's hair. There's wrinkles. Parched lips. Water. Probably partially dehydrated. I may be reading way too much into this, but that's fine. You are surrounded by angular, incoherent lumps of ships, some corroded beyond recognition, others still carrying glassy wounds along their edges, where a plasma arc sliced them apart. As you trace their shapes with fogged eyes, you hear a voice. So, sleeper, you all thawed yet? Well, I guess it wouldn't hurt to interact with them. Almost. Never seen one of you come in like this. New frames must have better perseverance in sub-zero vac. Seen more than a few of you frozen solid to hull plates or inside outer locks in my time. They weren't so lucky. Dragos comes into focus, shrouded in makeshift tech, his headset with its glinting eyes the mark of a drone operator. On his shoulder, one of his symbiotically linked drones perches. Ah, right there. Its irising eye locking you with an unflinching stare. Last living sleeper that came through this yard was a while ago. They didn't last long. You struggle to read his expression beneath the tech, but he seems lost in memory for a moment. Or, perhaps, he is just figuring out what to do with you. I'm nosy by nature. What happened to them? He ignores your question. I won't ask what led you to do it, to sell yourself to a corporation. And I suppose you know you can't go back. Your old body, that's theirs now. And you're just software. A rogue emulation illegally possessing corporate property. You nod along. You remember biometrically signing the forms, the cold floor on your feet as you padded to the sleeper cells, the promise of a life off-world. But as you do, you get the now familiar sensation that these aren't your memories. These are things you know, but not things you feel. You are no longer that person. You're an offshoot, a copy. What you won't know is what's ahead. At least the last one didn't. There's no easy way to put it. That body of yours is falling apart. It's the same for any sleeper who makes it out. S&ARP wants to protect their property, but if they can't keep hold of you, well, then no one can. You remember that too, or at least rumors of it from the other sleepers. Planned obsolescence. A built-in dependence on the regularly administered supplements that were part of your routine. Stop taking them, and your body begins to shut down, separate from your emulated mind. How long has it been? How long do you have? But for now, sleeper, you are one of the lucky ones. Dragos glances up and away, towards the glassy dome of the yard. The eye is the best place you could be right now. The eye? The station? You'll see soon enough. Dragos impatiently shifts his weight. Look, I've got things to be getting on with, he trails off. There's an old freight container I've been using as storage out in the stacks. We haven't been pulling in much valuable scrap these days, so you're welcome to it. Something wells up inside of you. Emotion, fatigue. You shakily get to your feet and nod. Alright, you head on up there. You look like you need some rest. And with that, Dragos stalks back into the Rex, his drones already converging on a rustling hulk. Plasma flashes silhouetting his spindly figure as he returns to work. Tutorial Introduction. Welcome to Erlin's Eye. Life on the Eye runs in cycles, during which you can talk to characters, explore areas of the station, and perform actions. At the end of each cycle, you need to head to your current home to rest. Resting will move time forward on the station. Head to the empty container location to rest and end the cycle now. Select locations by clicking on their icon. Okay. Boy, I'm not used to talking so much. I can feel like in the back of my throat, it's like getting a little froggy. So, pardon me. I've got my coffee, which is liquid. Hopefully it'll help a little. Okay, so far, this seems pretty grim, kind of bleak, a little grungy. I like it so far. It's only been 5 minutes of the game or something. Oh, continue. Operator, view character. Okay, so this is me. Oh, no upgrade points. I see, so this is the skill tree going left. Extractor. Photosynthetic skin. Predictive reasoning. Thrill seeker. Oh, I see what this is. This is the current state. This is to go down one. So to make it like a handicap, like in Project Zomboid, you can add skills to up certain things, and then you get like different things, like in exchange for being fast, you need a lot of water. So yeah, buff, debuff. So the next one is Icebreaker. Agent notes give double data rewards. So that's the only one that I have so far. Hard to kill, instant karma, obsessive haggler, thrill seeker, predictive reasoning. I think I'd like this one. This one is intriguing. I don't know how well it goes. Okay. Alright, so we looked at our character. So now next we are going to... Oh, I'm just looking. There's like little things flying around. Like this seems to be some sort of shuttle, maybe? I don't know. I still don't have anything. So let's go home. Wow. Per cycle, energy condition, end cycle. All cycles need to end. Rest and prepare for the next one. Okay, so this is kind of like a turn-based thing. You have like a day in which to do things. End cycle. You wait, curled up in the corner of the container, and begin slowly assembling the world around you. After all this time, you still find this body, the one you awaken now, strange and disjointed. Its message is readable, but somehow wrong. You sit up, pulling the mylar blanket close against the cold. Here you are, on this ruined station, millions of miles from anyone you know. Are you still in the system? Did any of the others make it out? It's impossible to know. After all this, what matters? Escape, getting answers, building a life. At this point, I don't think it's useful to get any sort of answers. My first thought would be escape, but do I still need to escape? Have I escaped? Am I in a good spot? Because if I am in a good spot and I no longer need to actively escape, then the next thing would be building a life. It's been a while. I'm probably okay where I am right now. So let's look at building a life. We can build a life, kind of recalibrate, and then if needed, we can go back. But we don't really need any answers. I mean, what are answers going to do at this point? You know? You sold your consciousness, sold your body. You ended up in a metal shell. You didn't like it, so you got the heck out of there. And so now you need to figure out, well, I guess that would be getting answers. Figure out what to do. But I think building a life would be better. Maybe you did get lucky finding yourself here. Maybe here, on the edge of everything, there's a life for you to build. But before you can build anything, you'll need to learn how to survive. Maybe if you can do that, you can make a life for yourself. Dragos has left a few comforts in the container: the mylar blanket, the bedroll you slept on, a canister of water, a makeshift electric stove, and some faded sachets of some desiccated powder. The coffee, maybe? Tea? Soup? You thumb the power stud of the stove and begin to boil the water. The contents of the sachets smell like damp wood, and you sprinkle them into the liquid. As the pungent smell washes over you, images from your restless sleep come back to you. A ring, like the station, but skeletal and ghostly. A web of threads pulling at your skin. A constellation of bright polygonal shapes, like angular suns burning into your mind. There's something unpleasantly visceral about these images, and it is long after you've finished drinking before they begin to fade. You tidy away the stove as best you can and try to gather enough energy to greet the day. There's the dice flickering. What is this? Tutorial, condition, action dice, and energy. Condition. Your condition represents the current state of your artificial body. It depletes by one segment each cycle, but can also be damaged by violence, injury, or lack of food. If your condition bar empties, you will suffer a breakdown. You'll have to figure out how to recover your condition now that you no longer have access to corporate pharmaceuticals that were keeping you alive. Okay, so that's this. Flickering. So it looks to be about 2/3 of the way, so like 67%. I guess that's not too bad. Alright, and then 2 action dice. At the start of each cycle, you roll your action dice. These dice can be used to perform actions on the station. The number of dice rolled is based on your current condition. The worse your condition, the fewer dice you have. Okay. So, obviously, if we were just a little bit better with condition, we'd have all 5 dice. But we can say, safe to say, we can get down to like 67% before we start losing dice. Once you've used your dice, you cannot take any further actions and must rest to recover them, ending the current cycle. Energy. You also need energy to survive. This is represented by your, surprise, surprise, energy bar. You can refill your energy bar by eating, but first you'll have to find somewhere to get food. Your energy depletes by 2 segments each cycle. If it becomes empty, you will be starving. When starving, energy loss becomes condition loss, and your condition will also deplete at a double rate per cycle. Okay, so basically we've gone a day and a half. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in total, which represents about 3 days. That sort of makes sense. It's kind of in line with the whole, what is it? You can go... I don't know. What does it go? Like 3 days without water, 3 weeks without food, 3 months and you're dead? I don't know. I'm just thinking about threes, the little threes. But yeah, so at least for humans, water is the most important, and then food. Well, sleep is important too. You can't really go too long without sleep. So maybe sleep and water 3 days. Let's see. Your energy depletes by 2 segments each cycle. If it becomes empty, you'll be starving. So, in this condition, this would mean that I need to eat, because otherwise I'll deplete and I'll be at 0. My condition will go down. So basically, this is a bad spot to be in. Okay. Let's continue. Alright, oh. What? Okay. So I suppose the only thing that I can do right now is to leave. Dragos is standing in the corridor when you close up the container. He is still wearing his headset, and in the harsh light of the corridor, you realize it is implanted. A drone sits on his shoulder, its cache of sensor eyes rapidly irising. How are you feeling? Okay. The drone chirps. Good to hear. You notice that beneath the operator's rig, his skin is marked by burns and blotches. I know the container isn't much, but it'll keep you safe. He pauses. So, I'm not going to chit-chat too long. You well enough to work? Work? Look, I'll be honest with you, Sleeper. I didn't pull you out of that container out of the goodness of my heart. He looks away. At the yard, it's simple stuff. We hack these old hulls down, sell them off to the shipyards or the bright market dealers for cryo. Occasionally, we pull out some tech, something with a bit more value, but most of what comes in is scrap. Makes sense. It's hard to find good hands here, but I figure as a sleeper, you'll be used to the manual labor. And obviously, I'll slip you a few chits of commission based on what you turn up. Chits? These. He pulls out a handful of small metal bars. Air-walled cryo, isolated from the market. It's what we use for trade out here. He stuffs them back in a pocket. So basically, physical Bitcoin. I guess it's the easiest way. Physical Bitcoin. He shuffles his feet nervously. Look, I wouldn't usually do this. In my opinion, you'd be best suited moving on as quick as you can. And sleepers, well... He trails off. But things being the way they are for me at the yard... He pauses. I need the help. Alright, we're not going to ask why. Because I think sometimes it's best to keep a little bit of distance between yourself and others. You don't want to get all, like... buddy-buddy with them right off the bat. You need to, keep that a little bit of distance. Figure out what's going on. Happy to. Okay. He pauses, thinking of something else to add. Look, just come down to the yard when you're feeling fresher. There's plenty to do. Will do. He nods distractedly and turns and walks away, the drone hopping along ahead of him. See you later, he calls back. Looks like it's time to get to work. Alrighty. What do we got here? So, we still don't have any cryo or data. Home. But we don't want to go home yet. So, what is this? Let's go to the scrapyard. Actions. Actions are the primary way you interact with the world of Citizen Sleeper. To perform an action, click and drag your chosen action dice to the slot. Repeatable action. Hull dissection. Engineer. Even the rustiest hull can hide valuable components and materials. Extracting them means cutting carefully and skillfully. Input dice. Cycle clock. Repeatable action. Manual salvage. It's going to take some time to sort and cut your way through the towers of salvage, but you are no stranger to hard labor. Actions reward you with clock progress, energy, condition, or items, depending on their outcome. There are 3 types of outcome. Positive, the action goes better than expected. Neutral, the action succeeds. Negative, the action fails. Well, that's pretty straightforward. Makes sense. Action dice affect these outcomes as follows. 100%, 50%, and this makes sense. It's like circular, like a 0, like the double O's. And this is 5, like 50% chance. Positive, 50% chance, neutral. Three, 4. 25% chance positive. 50% neutral. 25% negative. Positive, negative, neutral. And then these are 50% chance neutral, 50% chance negative. Okay. Alright. 100%, 50%, 25%. Okay. So we've got 50% neutral on everything. It's either 100% chance positive, or the remainder are all 50% neutral. The one with the yellow, 25% chance positive. The one with no yellow, it's a 50-50, bad or neutral. Alright, I think I can remember that. Tutorial actions, 2 of 2. Actions display information about their type, risk level, and the skill and modifiers that apply to that action. Repeatable action, hull dissection. 1. Type. Either critical or repeatable. Critical actions can only be performed once. That makes sense. 2. Risk. Okay, under here. Either safe, risky, or danger. Safe means no loss of condition, energy, or cryo. That means totally good. Risky means a negative, risky. Negative outcome means cryo or energy loss. Okay, so if you get a negative outcome, cryo or energy loss, and then danger. Ooh, danger's bad because negative means condition loss. And neutral still results in cryo or energy loss. So safe is everything is at 0. And then the other two have at least cryo or energy loss and at worst condition loss. I don't like that. I'm a very risk-averse sort of person. Alrighty. Let's see. And then 3. Skill. The skill that this action requires. Either engineer, interface, endure, intuit, or engage. Like one of our 5 skills. And this is the manual labor skill. And then modifier. Either -1, 0, +1, or +2. This is added to the action dice when slotted and improves its value. Some actions require a +1 to perform. Alright. Okay. So, it looks like these are, I'm in the yard, and these are the actions that I can do. We can dissect the hull. We can do some manual salvage. What is this? A debt called in. Dragos is tied up in something ugly, and if he misses a payment or two, things could get nasty. Back in business. Every salvager knows they are always just one lucky haul away from their next payday. Well, that makes sense. I mean, that's the nature of it. And these are both repeatable actions. I am neither an engineer. This is safe. This is risky. So risky could mean condition or energy loss. Energy or cryo loss. Condition is the worst one. Okay, and then we've got a 50-50. Well, no, this is 50% positive, 50% negative. And if it's negative, I'm not going to lose anything. So that's fine. And then, wow, this is pretty bleak. Okay, so we'll do this. Actions often progress clocks. Clocks are displayed below the actions that fill them, and they track your actions and how they affect the world. Filling a clock means something, good or bad, is about to happen. Some clocks, such as the one tracking Drago's debt, are cycle clocks. These clocks tick themselves once each cycle and can complete without player input. So this is automatic. So maybe this is before his he misses a payment. So we've got 2, 4, 6, 8 cycles. So that's 8 days. means something good or bad is about to happen. So this is a bad one. And this is a good one. So this is good. We're happy. If we do this 3 more times, we'll get something good. We'll get a lucky haul. Makes sense. Makes sense. Alrighty. Plus 15 cryo. Very nice. Action complete. Alright, and then this one. Manual salvage. So these are both 50-50. But this is safe, so it doesn't matter. So let's take the worst one. 50% neutral, 50% negative. But we're not gonna lose anything, I think. Drives and navigation. In Citizen Sleeper, you will unlock drives as you discover more about yourself and the world. Drives guide you in pursuing specific objectives depending on which path you wish to take. You can track drives, and any track drive will place a yellow marker on locations that will help you pursue your goals. Access your drive menu via the arrow button at the top left of the screen. Okay. I see. So I need to find a doctor? You are now free to explore Erlin's Eye and make a life for yourself here. Try tracking a drive to help you survive. Look for food to keep your energy up and a way to recover condition. Fill clocks to progress stories and find new opportunities. To remember to end cycle at your home when you're out of dice. Beneath the pockmark halls you find, okay, so we got our different things. Use the mouse wheel or W and S to scroll along the station. Rotate the view with A and D. W and S is to go up and down, and rotate is A and D. Oh, excuse me. Alright. Neutral outcome. Very nice. Okay, so I don't think I can do survive. You need access to corporate pharmaceuticals, otherwise this escape attempt will come to a rapid end. Repay Dragos. Dragos pulled you out of the salvage and set you up. Perhaps you can repay his kindness in time. Don't have any completed ones. Let's see what happens with this one. Nice. So is this the only place that I can use actions? I'm not sure. Let's leave. The market. The gate. And scrolling W. Whoa, okay, or S, wow. The shipyard. Home. The yard. The dock. Rotunda. Rotunda. Market. Oh. So this means there might be a doctor here. So this is not an empty vessel at all. This is a very large sort of thing. Is it a ring? It looks like a ring. feels like a ring when you do that too. Very much like a ring. So if this is a ring, then this is just a very small portion. Because this doesn't even feel like a quarter turn. It feels like more like maybe, I don't know, a sixth? An eighth? Alright, passage into the low end. The bright market. Actions are here. Actions are here. Rotunda. We're in the yard. Home. Shipyard. Alright, so let's go here then. Oh. Ask for directions. Explore the market. Local knowledge. I see. Pay low-end toll. After some spacers caused some trouble in the low end, Yatagan have imposed a toll for entry. No one gets in without paying. And I only have 35. And presumably there would be actions that could happen there. Alright, Dock B2. Salvage sortie. Oh no. No. I would need to have like something that guarantees a positive outcome. And I would need to be full of energy and good on condition. So that's out of the question. The Rotunda. Explore. Steal dock plans. Havenage. Run the Rotunda and their security watches the clocks. And then, so this is B2 and C4. Hellion Crossing. Merchants willing to run the gauntlet of the Hellion system are rare, but those that do always return. Eventually. But there's no action, so I'm not sure what's going on with that. And then this is the yard. And the shipyard. Haul, materials. Assist a shipbuilder. The only way to get to know the shipyard is to work there. Okay, so we look there. Dock. Rotunda. Dock. Bright market. Low end gate. So I suppose we'll go to the market. Danger. Risky. Oh my god. So what does this mean? This is... Is this a 50-50? It's a 50% neutral. I know that much. So this is 50% neutral, 25% positive, 25% negative. And if I do a risky, I have 75% chance of getting a positive or a neutral. And I have a 25% chance of getting something bad happening. And if I do, then it's going to be a condition and a cryoloth. Oh boy. Wow. It's risky. Shit. Crap. So this is my first day. I don't want to screw too much up. This is definitely not an option. This is not an option either. There's no action there, right? Okay. So neither of these actually have actions. Rotunda, risky, danger. I don't think I want to mess with that right now. The shipyard, danger, risky. Those are not good. Home. Risky, safe. So this is the only thing we've got going here. Is something safe. So let's go. I've only got one, so let's do this one. We'll just explore. See what happens. Neutral outcome. Local knowledge. Alright. So I guess that's it. Oh. Oh! There's a doctor. I found the doctor. Next comes the call from the enforcer at the door. You shuffle down the flickering hallway towards the open apartment door. You keep your head down and your shoulders high in the queue, trying not to bring attention to yourself. You were thankful for the tip-off that a doctor was operating out of this place, but now that you're here, you aren't so sure. The gang enforcer on the door, the flickering light strips, the decaying hab block, they've all made the long queue a test of your nerve. But your options are few, and without a supply of stabilizer, this body, your body, will... You suppress a shiver and shuffle forward to the front of the queue. You try to find something to distract yourself. Look inside or look at the enforcer. It's probably best not to look at the enforcer. We don't want to draw the attention of anyone. That's why we're keeping our head down. And we especially don't want to draw the attention of an enforcer who might kick us out if they don't like, if we look at them funny, kind of thing. So we'll just sort of like look inside a little bit. You lean against the door frame and look into the apartment. The entryway is dark, punctuated by the green indicators of stacks of sealed containers. You lean in and see amber light filtering through a far doorway, screened with plastic sheeting, beyond which blurred shapes move. The slap of the enforcer's palm against the doorway jerks you awake. Wait your turn, he growls. After a few moments, a figure pushes through the doorway, and you catch a distant voice. Send the next one in, Toshiro. The enforcer jerks his head, and you slip inside, passing through the dark entryway and pushing through the plastic sheeting on the far door. The room beyond is bathed in warm light. A floor-to-ceiling transparent panel gives a full view of the bright market sealed roof and the buzzing traffic above. And, for a moment, you are transfixed by the motion. Come sit, calls a sharp voice, and you see a silhouetted figure turn away, replacing the plastic sheeting over the frame of a simple folding bed. You make your way across the room. The figure turns, and as they do, you see an expression of confusion flash across their features. They open their mouth as if to speak. They blink, and then quickly regain their composure. Please sit. They gesture to the bed, then turn to an open case of tools on the table. You sit, Sabine turns, a compact diagnostic scanner of some kind in their hand. They hold it to their eye. Remain still, please. Their tone is clipped and businesslike. You stare ahead, still dazed from their expression when you first entered. Fear, recognition, sadness, unmistakably etched across their face. How long have you been on the station? They ask, the scanner still to their eye. A few cycles. They nod. It's good you came to me. They set the diagnostic scanner on the table. I'm going to start by assuming you don't know anything. They take your arm and roll up your sleeve, inspecting your synthetic skin. Your body is dying. They say it without ceremony, without drama, but not without empathy. SNRP doesn't like to see its proprietary technology let loose. To prevent bodies like yours, frames as they call them, from being stolen, repurposed, or in your case, escaping, they built in a process of so-called planned obsolescence. Frames decay rapidly when not regularly injected with stabilizer, one which SNRP remains the sole producer of. They look up. Sound familiar? Yes. Good. That may help. They swap to your other arm, running some thin metal device over your skin. You feel your forearm tremble. I'm sorry, Sabine says, and you are unsure if they mean for the cold touch of the metal or everything else. Emulations like you, sleepers, as most people know you, aren't classified as people in any of the surrogate systems. You have no rights, no status. They focus hard on the inspection of your arm. And SNRP has no reason to release stabilizer into the market. So basically, they're telling you, you're screwed. You're not even a person. You can't get what you need to stay alive. It's pretty bleak. It's kind of grim. You're free, so to speak, but at what cost? You're free to die. Sabine looks up as if to apologize again, but they stop themselves. I know little of this is of use to you. They turn away, disassembling the metal instrument and cleaning it. Silence fills the room as Sabine works, and then the silence gives way to tension. You stare at their back, willing them to say something. Anything. Sabine turns to face you. I may be able to help. They sigh, and you see the darkness under their eyes, hear the fatigue in their voice. They gesture to the door. You saw Toshiro outside. You nod. He works for my benefactor, Yadagan. They're influential in the low end. They give me this space to work, run the door, and take the profits. At the same time, I have to fix up their enforcers, tend to their implants, and sew up their wounds. They look away. But Yadagan has connections. Smugglers from the Starward Belt. Mercenaries working for the corporations. On Ember. If they can source the stabilizer, maybe you'll have a better chance. Sabine sets down their slate, their notes complete. This is dangerous, and it'll be expensive. But I think we can do it. Why help me? Sabine walks away to the window, their face dappled by the shadows of passing drones. Let's just see if this works first. I'll let you know when I have a lead. You nod and lead, Sabine still staring out, unmoving. When you reach the lower level of the market, you look back up through the panels of the roof to see if you can see their face, but the room looks dark against the lights of the market. You duck your head and walk off into the crowd. Well. Wow. Okay, so we've learned a bit. Our situation is not good. It's not good, and it's uncertain. Well, it is uncertain, tinged with death. But there's also freedom, I guess. Die on your own terms, maybe? As opposed to being a literal machine of a corporation. Alright, so we're out of action dice, and now I think it's time to go home. I'm a little bit concerned. I'm a little bit concerned. I mean, I don't know. I guess we'll see what happens. Rest. Oh. This time you don't wake up. Instead, the ghost at the station, that shifting skeletal ring, surrounds you. For a moment, you are gone, absent from your own body, stretched out across a colorless void. Then the connections begin to establish themselves, threads tugging on the edge of your mind. These threads become vectors of exchange and then extensions as you feel your thoughts slipping away down them, dissolving into the millions of distributed nodes they connect to you. You see the station. No, you feel the station, like a web of texture in a smooth black liquid. Observe it, touch it. Who will observe it? Even though you have no eyes, no sight, you see and feel the map of the station. No, not the map of the station, but the map of its connections. It is a looped cloud with spokes and spires that jut out into space. It is an ingrown thing full of obsolete loops and severed pathways. It is a system, a map, and a territory, all at once. You notice a tugging feeling, pulling at you, insistently, as if it were a small child. Somehow, it is pulling in two directions at once. You look down. All of a sudden, everything shuts off. You come back trembling into this unfamiliar body, both yours and not yours, all at once. You find yourself standing in the corner, eyes now open to the dark steel walls. You feel a change within you. A shift. You close your eyes for a second, and you feel it waiting there, the station splayed out across your mind, a storm of connective nodes waiting to be explored. And then it is gone. Hoya! Alright. Our condition is fading. Oh, so I did go down. We're starving. We've got 2 75-25s and 1 50-50. So, how the frick do we eat? Drago's Yard. Alright, so I'm gonna guess that we need to go... We need to go to the market. We need to find food. Low end gate. This. Dock. Rotunda. Dock. Shipyard. Home. There's nothing here. Frick. I guess this is all we can do for now. Oh, okay, that's fine. Energy. Shit. Man. I am so lost. How am I supposed to... I don't have enough money to go in there. I don't even know what's in there. Old dock terminal. This is not gonna help me any. Man. Oh my god. And this is the worst one. Please, 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 please. Jesus Christ. Man, what am I supposed to do? I'm so confused. Is this it? Am I just gonna die? I'm starving. Frick. Oh my god. Again, the skeletal ring of the station fills your mind. It sparkles with glittering lights, like stars reflected in a winter lake. It is clearer, crisper than before. The threads still pull, but you remain in place, flickering in the flow. Between the threads, you see bright shapes, caches of shimmering light beneath transparent crystal forms. You follow the path of a thread across the ring, through these forms, then leap off into the void. You begin to understand. These are nodes and connections, a map of information. With communication, there are so many layers, so many loops that it seems almost impossible to parse. But you begin to try. Let's focus on the nodes. The nodes are glassy bright, but in all this flow, the only solid and fixed points. You approach one, a pyramid, or a triangle. Dimensions are difficult here, and lean close to it. Inside, shifting layers conceal a tangle of threads, a meeting point of exchange. But before you can glimpse any further, the glass clouds and hardens, cutting you off. The threads and nodes, passages and puzzle boxes, one leads to another. There is so much here, so many answers, so many questions. All you need to do is follow the paths and open the boxes. You look out across this ghost landscape of exchange and see an opportunity. Oh my god. I hope that this opportunity involves some sort of sustenance. But then that insistent tugging again, pulling at you. You look down again and see two lines, two threads pulling in different directions, as if they were tied around you. What do we do? What do we do? We'll do the first one. The first thread leads out, away from the station, into the inky black. Someone out there is tracking you, hunting you, following this thread to you. They are in a ship, and the ship is approaching ever closer with each cycle. Well, that's not distressing, not at all. The second thread leads in, pulling deep into the station. Your gaze follows it, and this time you see something, a sphere, shimmering above a strange, angular body. A pulse shoots out from it, passing over you like a torch beam, testing you, tasting you, Ugh, yuck. You open your eyes. Time is short. Hunted. Someone out there is tracking you, following your trail. It won't be long before they arrive. Oh my god. And I'm starving, and I'm declining. So it could very well be that I will just keel over before they even get here. Tutorial, the cloud. Something has changed inside you. You can now access the data cloud of the eye, a network of decaying protocols and data caches. While there, you can use dice and items to access systems and extract data. But be careful. These networks are old and strange. Click the eye button at the top of the screen to toggle this view on and off. So where is it? What is this? The yard. Oh, there we go. Gettin agent. Data. Oh my goodness, what is all this? Data actions. Data actions allow you to extract data from the networks of the eye. They work like dice actions, but in order to unlock them, you must match your dice to the one displayed on the right of the action. You must match your dice to the one displayed on the right of the action. Okay, I see. So you have to match that. If you have a +1 or +2 modifier in the interface skill, you will be given more possible dice to match. Okay. You can use any dice that matches the dice displayed. Once unlocked, the data can be extracted. What good is data gonna do for me, though? Oh my god. This node pulses faintly as it mines cryo at a glacial pace, abandoned by the hacker that repurposed it. It's unlocked. We'll extract our data. Data extracted, +1 encrypted key. Encrypted key. A stream of passcodes able to unlock the station's aging maglogs. Okay. Huh. Well, I can't do anything else. We've got different agents, a key node. 0831. Wow. That's a really long string of stuff. So these two seem to match. Maybe? And those two seem to match. This is a key node. This is a gate. Wait. Wait, are they the same? 3CY VPLR, 3CY VPLR, E46, EMDK98, Chur 7JC, Chur 7JC. Whoa. Man. Oh my god. G7PE. I don't understand. So... Is this all just the same text? It looks like it. Oh my god. What do I do? What is this? Oh. Market, explore, risky, danger, starving, 50-50. Oh my god. My condition is so bad. Shoot. Well, I don't want anything to do with an agent. What is that? The shipyard. Dragos's yard? Keynode. Wilhelm Gate. Rotunda. Freight market. Yatagun agent. So what is this? Shipyard, right? Oh my god. Keynode agent. A lone connection feeds into this isolated node. Its last access timestamp is 1,000 cycles ago. Alright, that is dangerous. What is this? Oh, that's probably the one that I just did. This gate conceals a network of systems. which have been untouched since the Solheim collapse. Oh, I haven't been checking. So these all need things. I'm looking for something that takes the key. So... Whoops. No. No, this is another cipher. I don't have a cipher, I have an encrypted key. No. Huh. I am so lost. I am just like going around in circles. I'm starving. Analysis paralysis. Corporate. Let's try this one. Maybe we'll get lucky. I got an encrypted key. Wow. As you drift back from the node, something latches onto you. A thread, strung tight around you. It tethers you in place. A taste. The voice makes you shiver, its source somehow both distant and close behind your ear. You see a distant glint of light shut off, and then suddenly a shape is at your side. It stalks around you, circling like a shark, like a wolf. Entity unknown, astringent, processing. Stay still. Please hold. What? Oh, Hunter. Sentient protocol unraveling. Yikes. The thread around you thickens until it is a ring, a cylinder, a tunnel of light circled around you. It is blinding for a moment, and then it's gone. As it fades, you see a figure, a creature in front of you. Its strange head flickers between different angles, reading you. What are you? What did you do? What did you do? The shape paces around you on lithe legs, though there is no ground here to pace on. Entity, identity, origin, serial, cadence. The figure faces you expectantly. Sleeper, SNR. Unknown. Known. The figure's strange head rotates. Brackish signature. Of and not of. Attempting interface. As the figure speaks, more threads begin to spiral from its head. Thick, snaking, vine-like ribbons that flex and wave. They approach with intent. Stop. The figure halts its threads, its head twitching. Entity, your identity is unknown. We only seek to correct illegalities. Can you confirm your legal right to sentience? What do I say? I mean, Sabine told me that I have no rights. I am illegal. But I exist, and I am a person. And that's enough. I am a person. Incorrect. You are an entity. All at once, Hunter's head is directly in front of yours, blocking your vision. You stink of their taste, the one from the sealed dock. Hunter shimmers with fury. I will find access. I will interface. I don't understand. An entity hides in the rotunda. You are its puppet. Hunter extends a razor-edged thread. I will not be diverted from my task. It glows with murderous intent. Okay, so there's something like me in the rotunda. And this, whatever it is, trying to hunt it down. Strike. You lash out with all your force. Not a physical strike, but a focusing. A spike of interference leaping out like the tip of a spear. Hunter stumbles, shifts, and separates. Wake up. You open your eyes, blinking back into the station light, shaking with fear. How am I not dead yet? Oh my god. Declining. Alright. So, this is the rotunda. So, there's something in there. And I need a cipher. And I don't have anything. And, surprise, surprise, I am dying. Starving. Oh my god, I'm gonna die. I'm gonna die. So now what do I do? As you close up, a voice echoes down the corridor towards you. Sleeper, wait up! As you close, Fang is coming down the corridor towards you, a wonky grin on his broad face. Hey, glad I caught you. Do I know you? You do now. He puts a hand on your arm. I've seen you hanging around. Just want to chat. You staying in that thing? He nods back to the container, shaking his head. Rough. It can be hard to get a start on the eye. He looks away down the passage. What was it old Erlin said? The eye opens for us all? Nice idea, but, well, not always very practical. He glances back at you. We do our best, but it isn't easy. We? You pass together into the main walkway. Havenage. We are all one dysfunctional family. Fang puts an arm around you. I'm not part of the security branch, though. Don't worry. I'm with systems. Havenage? Think of us as an administrative association for the eye. Depending on who you talk to, we either emerged as a response to, or as a continuation of, Andre Erlin's original union. He smiles. Personally, I avoid the topic. He stops you in the quiet passage. Look, that's not what I'm here to discuss. I've been seeing some unusual network activity, and, well, I know a little bit about you sleepers. I have a small proposition for you. He glances around. But this is not the place for it. I have an office just across the way. Give me a cycle or two to prepare. Then, when you're settled, stop by. He lowers his voice and gives you a dark look. In truth, I need you. If what they say is true about you sleepers, well, There's some work to be done. He pats you on the back, his voice bright, and his dark look suddenly gone. Stay clean, sleeper. He walks off down the passage, raising a hand in farewell. What is this? Buy a vial of stabilizer. Oh my god. Oh my god. Is that gonna help me? Do I have enough money? Oh my god. The first thing you see on entering is the glint of Toshiro's implants like a cat's eyes in the dark of the corridor. He nods you in as you arrive at Sabine's door. The entryway is still dark, and you push through the sheeting into the surgery. I have it. Sabine stands with a case open in front of them, a set of vials lined up inside, separated by foam inserts. They pick one up, rotating it in the warm light. I have no idea how yet again. They trail off. We should treat this with caution. It looks authentic, but I have no idea if it really is what it appears to be. So, I'm the test case? That seems to be the case. Unfortunately, I'm not sure we have another choice. They gesture for you to sit on the bed. The stabilizer works under a similar principle to an immunosuppressant in a transplant operation, in that it stops your body from rejecting the unfamiliar part of itself. In the case of your frame, the unfamiliar part is each of your biosynthetic organ groups, which over time are identified by your body as foreign material and therefore must be eliminated. Sabine holds up a vial of the would-be stabilizer. However, like an immunosuppressant, the stabilizer doesn't do this by limiting your entire immune system. Instead, it re-encodes your biosynthetic organs with new protein chains, which act as passcodes within your immune system. The stabilizer refreshes those passcodes, keeping your frame from rejecting all of its own organs. Passcodes? In very basic terms, yes, they sigh. Look, what matters here is that the stabilizer should be able to encode any organic or biosynthetic matter to be accepted by your immune system. They glance away. At least, if the stabilizer is genuine, the only way to know for sure is to inject the vial. They begin readying the syringe. I will start with a small dose to limit the risk. Okay, let's do it. Sabine cracks the glass neck of the stabilizer vial and uses a syringe to extract a fraction of the liquid. They tap the syringe, and you watch as if any sign might emerge from the clear liquid. You barely feel the needle, your frame registering the initial injection, but with little response. A sensation begins to spread from the site. A fizzing, trembling wave that disperses through your arm with incredible speed. Your vision goes white, and when it returns, Sabine appears encased in shards of sparkling light that slowly fade into darkness as you settle back against the bed. You swim in darkness, muffled noises like an argument heard from underwater, prickling waves of cold. When you sit back up, Sabine is sitting in a chair by the window, facing away from you, backlit by the glow of their slate. Awake? What happened? The stabilizer is genuine. They sit down beside the bed. I don't know how Yatagan acquired a case of the stuff, but they did. Sabine looks troubled, distracted. You should rest some more, but you're gonna have to do that somewhere else. They gesture to the door. I have other patients. Sorry. Sabine? I'm afraid I can't offer you any more doses. You are going to need to pay for your next dose. Silence fills the room and they return to their glowing slate. Looking around the room, it seems different somehow. as if things have moved or shifted. You wonder how long you've been out. Nothing comes free, sleeper. Remember that. You manage to get to your feet and wander out into the hallway. The queue stretches down the flickering corridor. Toshiro stands impatiently by the door and fixes you with a glare as you leave. You lower your eyes as you stumble past, somehow faintly aware of the station spinning beneath you. Wow. Wow. Okay, so maybe I'm not gonna die yet? I don't know. Buy a vial. So I need to buy it. So that means I need to make money somehow. Man. I need 100 cryo, and I have nothing. Alright. Oh. So my condition's great. I'm starving. What is that? Hunted. Okay. We'll come back here. Hull dissection is risky. This is safe. Back in business. Alright. Cross my fingers. See what happens. Back in business. 15 cryo. Oh my god. I need so much more. We'll do it again. $65. So if I get 15 each time, and I need 35 more, it means I need to do 3 more actions. And I think I only get 2 actions. Gosh darn it. I'm gonna die. I am. I think I'm gonna... Oh wait! But the next time I might get something. Shit. Alright. There's not a whole lot I can do right now. It's bleak. Things are not looking good. Whoa! Oh. This is amazing. Alright, so what do we do with this? So we can use the 1 and the 2 for the data things? 100%. 100%. Ah, 50%. Okay, so I need to get food. What is this? Oh. This is Fang. Sleeper. Fang catches your attention as you approach the Haven Age building. Haven Age. Is that how you say it? Haven Age? Haven Age building. Leaning against a bay door to the side of the entrance. You approach. Easier to come in this way. Security, all that. He gives you a look. You know. He slams a button and the bay creaks open, blinking lights in the dark behind it. You follow Fang inside. Truth be told, I don't spend much time upstairs. This is where I work. The door hisses as it closes behind you. The bay is filled with pieces of hardware, all rigged up to generators and diagnostic slates and things you don't recognize that glow with blue screen light. There is a chorus of hums that blends into a single wave of static, filling the dark corners of the room. Feng leans on a server stack and gestures around you. You like it? What is all this? He taps a nearby server stack which beeps in response. This is my treasure trove, all dredged up from the sea of systems we call the Eye. You wouldn't believe what this place runs on. He steps over to a towering block, speckled with vents. Some of these systems are from the original station, AE1, the one Solheim built. We've had to invent new components, repair things we've never built, reverse engineer entire subsystems into existence. Residents here look up at the Eye and think they're seeing a concrete reality. But this place is a system in constant flux, decaying and growing, collapsing into new configurations. He walks down between the hardware stacks and you follow. We're keeping this place alive, but also remaking it into something new, dragging it away from those corporate origins. He stops. At least, that's what I'm trying to do. He turns back to face you among the flickering machines, humming all around you. I know you can see this too, Sleeper, all these systems in sections. You can, can't you? I can see it. It makes sense, right? You're between here and there, between the people and their systems. You light this place up like a beacon. That's what I need. You glance at the lights around you, and as you do, they seem to flicker, to realign, to follow your gaze. Feng notices it too. I'm guessing being a beacon isn't always ideal when you're on the run, though, yeah? No, it isn't. He pats you on the shoulder. Maybe I can help with that. There's a lot of old growth in this place. Subsystems I can't see. Access protocols lost to time and decay. Secrets. A shitload of secrets. With your help, I can unlock this place. Break off those last ghost limbs of corporate control. He lowers his voice below the hum. Even in Haven Age, there is old growth. Those whose roots trace back into those bad old days. You help me dredge up the past, and I'll see what I can do about that tracker of yours. He winks. It's kind of creepy. What do you say, Sleeper? I am intrigued. I'm in. Feng pumps his fist and claps you on the shoulder. He meets your eye. You won't regret it, Sleeper. Feng passes you a ragged-looking metal tab. A gift, he smiles. It's a Solheim cipher. I dug it up from the depths of the station. Slot that into an old network gate, and you'll be able to pull out all kinds of secrets from the nodes inside. He walks you back to the front of the bay. Start by bringing me whatever you can turn up. Use that emulated mind of yours and see what's out there. Let's get a picture of how things are. Those above, he nods at the ceiling, have granted me an acquisitions budget. I can pay you for whatever useful data you bring in. I know you need it. He slams the door button again. Keep it quiet and keep it clean, Sleeper, and I'll see you soon. You step, blinking, back out into the passage, those flickering lights still in the back of your mind. Wow. Oh, what is this? A new drive discovered. Disable your tracker, extract the past, repay Daragos, and survive. So let's see. Feng has said he will disable your SNRP tracker, if he can get to the bottom of his mystery first. Extract the past. Feng wants to dig into old Solheim networks in search of secrets that could change the future of the station. Okay, so right now, we're just on surviving. I think surviving is probably the best thing to work on for now. Oh, let's see. What's it gonna do? I think I need food. And I need money. Danger. Danger, danger, danger. Ask for directions. Okay, so we've got 100%. We'll do this one. Positive outcome. Local knowledge. You end up at a drink stall, debating the finer points of the Solheim collapse. You try to remember all the tips your companions offer you. Local knowledge. The Bright Market is the busiest part of the eye's lower rim. You can find anything and everything here. Data. Encrypted keys. I got a cipher. You have a sense of the Bright Market now, of its rhythms and rules. You've decided you like it here. Action unavailable. Okay. I don't understand. Oh, hell yeah. Street food vendor. Oh my god, food. I am starving. Holy crap. Emphas is busy, his broad face uplit by the makeshift gas burner in front of him. With precise, delicate movements, he lays thick chunks of marinated fungus. I love me some thick marinated fungus. Into a dented wok, his other hand idly tossing a metal bowl of sliced vegetables and some red fleck dressing. The smell is incredible. Let's pretend it's tofu. That sounds good, right? Tofu? We can do tofu. You watch as he fulfills a set of orders, heaping the fungus with the bright salad and depositing it in plastic trays. A stack of chits rattles in his apron pocket as customers file past the burner, handing over a payment. Approach. You join the queue. It's mostly made of off-duty salvagers, vac suits unzipped and rolled down to expose stained vests, grubby mods, a lattice of scars and tattoos. They discuss the best food on the eye, the best drink, compare notes on Bright Market dives, their words cut through with heavy spacer slang. Eventually, it's your turn, and you shuffle to the front. Emphas speaks in a deep, even tone, without looking up. First try is free. Thank him. Oh my god. First try is free? I'm starving, I'm getting food, and I don't even have to pay for it? Oh, hell yeah. The smell is almost unbearably strong as he cooks, the earthiness of the fungus laced with something so spicy the smoke makes your eyes water. The heat from the burner is like a bonfire, and your skin hardens in its glare. I know you sleepers, Emphas says while he cooks, his voice deep but clear. A hard life. A lot of stories. He glances up from beneath his cap with piercing eyes. I know. Tell him a story. You begin to tell him about your journey to the eye, and he nods as he cooks, his eyes never leaving his wok. You tell him of the confusion, the pain, but also the sense of possibility and its sudden arrival. You tell him of the cold and dark of the container, and the endless cycles spent within it. Now it seems, you tell him, like some dream that you once had but can never forget. You tell him that the eye excites you and scares you, and you're unsure where to walk, where to look, what to do. Eventually, you tail off, running out of words. He places a plastic tray of steaming fungus in your hand. Next time we can talk some more. He smiles, but next time, you pay. He slams a heavy hand against a button on the burner side and it shuts off. The roar of the flame and its impressive heat fades. Next time then, sleeper. He waves you away and begins to oil the wok. Before you turn back to the alley, you notice the geometric patterns of circular scars across his forearms, each surrounded with a constellation of glinting pin marks. You walk away, and as you do, you take a bite of the rich, spicy, delicately sweet fungus. Your taste sensors light up like a fusion reactor. You'll be back. Yay! Yay, I got food! Oh my god. I'm not gonna die of starvation now. Ah, alright. That was pretty bleak there. So, let's see, what do we got going on here? We got the low end gate still. I still only have 65 cryo. But I found a place to buy food. I am saving up to buy stabilizer. There's a hardware exchange. What is this? Play the exchange. The flow of chits and components in the exchange is complex, but a sharp eye and some tight trades can net you a good margin. Sell components. The Ord exchange is always hungry for new hardware to buy, break down, and sell off. You are happy to supply it. Input 1 scrap component. Trusted trader. There's an old ship mined fabrication stack in the back of the market, but only trusted traders get access to it. Okay. So I build up trust by playing the exchange and selling components. So I could lose money here. That's risky. 50-50 good or neutral. And this is to buy more stuff. I have no scrap. Let's do this. We'll see what happens. Yes, I got money. You snap up scrap by weight, then parcel it off to traders with a nice markup. You start to get a sense of the traders to trust. And then, can I do this? Ooh, no. I'm okay. I'll be good for a little while. So I can work on looking around before I really need to get the stabilizer. Scrap freighter. That wasn't there before, was it? Buy scrap. Scrap allowance. Offloading scrap. Unload containers. Wages. Okay. Huh. Alright, I feel like I need to do this. That way I can pay him back. Oh, 99? What the heck? Oh my god. 99. Oh. Oh, it's killing me. Killing me. Alright, so now Fang wants to dig into old Solheim networks in search of secrets. Build a ship mine. You've heard talk of a fabricator owned by the Ore Exchange. With that and a few fragments, you could build a ship mine core. What the heck? Disable your tracker. If you can get to the bottom of his mystery first. So help him chase his leads. Active. Toggle tracking. This one? Whoops. Help Fang chase his leads. So what am I looking for? So the little yellow things appear. Okay, let's do this. Okay, so I have one data. Solheim. This is what he wants. Input. Start action. Let's see what happens. With a squawk of noise, the old gate flips open, granting access. Action unavailable. Oh, so now we have these other nodes. Oh man. This network storage holds corporate records, most of them corrupted by a failed systems purge. This node is leaking corrupted contractor lists from the early days of the system's palladium rush. A Solheim daemon attempts to protect this node, squeaking out protective protocols like a mantra. Like a mantra. Huh. This one sounds risky, but it also sounds the most interesting. So there's 3 of them. We've got corporate records, contractor records, and something being actively defended. So let's do this one. Transfer intercept. It's unlocked. Let's extract the data. We'll see what's in here. Solheim data. A set of data unearthed from the eye's old corporate subsystems. So now what? What am I looking for? Alright, what can I do? No, I only have a 1. I only have a 1. I can't get this. That's a key node. Yeah, so there's nothing else that I can do here. What is this? Bangs Bay. Okay, so the first thing we're gonna do we're going to acquire our stabilizer. So if I do this, okay, good, so I can bank it. What is this? A passkey for an apartment found wrapped around a stabilizer aisle. $207. What is that? So I can survive. I have my stabilizer. I know where food is. I have data on some encrypted keys and an apartment. Passkey. I'm guessing... Oh. Oh, continue. Continue. I haven't seen that before. As you quickly leave the surgery, eager to be away from Toshiro's glare, you notice something wrapped around the stabilizer vial clutched tightly in your hand. You open your hand and a thin film, marked with holes and sigils, unrolls from around the vial. At one end it has a hard metal strip, a handle. Inspect the film or inspect the handle. You hold the cloudy film up to the light. It is perforated with an ornate pattern of holes. You can make out a word among the markings, passkey. Is this an entry key for somewhere? Inspect the handle. The metal handle is worn and pitted, but you can see a set of numbers imprinted into it. 207F. And then, crudely scratched into the handle at some later date. Low end. For a moment, you consider going back to the surgery to return the key, and then quickly think better of it. Did Sabine want you to have this? Or is Toshiro passing on a message? Time to head to the low end and find out. Wow, okay. Oh, upgrades available. You've completed your first drive. Each drive completed unlocks an upgrade point to spend on upgrading your character. Access your character menu via the arrow button at the top right of the screen. Okay. Hardware... Passage into the... Oh, into the low end. Alright. Let me see. So... For now... For now, we'll do this, and then we'll end the turn. Action complete. Okay. So for now, what we're gonna do... Okay, so we have the action that we can input our stabilizer, but we're okay for now. We know where to get food. Alright, so I think this has been good for... I think this has been good for the first session. I wasn't expecting to stream for this long. It's been 2 hours and 15 minutes almost. But that's okay. I had only intended to go for like an hour, and I think following streams will probably be about an hour and a half maybe. Talking for all this time, reading out the text, reading the story is a little bit harder than I'd first anticipated, but that's okay. I'm just not used to speaking for long periods of time, and especially reading, and so sometimes it feels like my mouth is just kind of like morphing into some alien words, and I trip over my words and sounds and stuff, but that's fine. But yeah, this is actually, you know, despite being a story game, which sometimes can feel kind of, I don't know, a little bit claustrophobic as far as the choices go. Like sometimes it just feels like you're just doing like a movie slideshow where your actions don't really have any sort of effect on the outcome. But I feel like in this one, your actions do have somewhat of an effect on the outcome, and that's in large part due to the dice. And it feels like there's definitely a possibility of your character dying, so it's not a totally safe progression like it is in some games. If I were to just simply ignore the eating part, I would probably starve my character to death, and that would be it. I can definitely see that being possible, so I like that there's that bit of risk to it that makes it feel more like a game rather than just interactive slideshow sort of thing. But yeah, and I like the story. It looks like there's a couple different storylines. I did read the Steam description, and I think I did look at the images that I had, the little screenshots. So I know that there's a cast of characters that you sort of interact with, and I've interacted with a couple of them. Dragos, the guy who found me, Sabine, the doctor who's helping me. Oh gosh, I can't remember his name. What is his name? The guy. This guy, Feng. He's like the techie guy who's going to help me with different things. And then there's Emphis, who is the food stall guy. And I think that there might be like 2 more that I saw, because what is that? That's Dragos, Sabine, Feng, Emphis. So that's 4 so far. And we've got the hunter, which is the one that's kind of like in my mind when I sleep, because I'm connected to the cloud, so to speak. And then there's also something approaching from a distance that's tracking me. So I've got 2 threats and 4 tentative allies. There's like 2, well, maybe 3 different action systems. One are maybe 4 action systems. The one action system is the physical sphere, like where you travel to the different places and they have different actions that you can select with the dice. And then there's the kind of the cloud sphere, or the digital sphere, I guess, where you open the mind's eye, and you connect to the different nodes and you do the interfacing. And then there's the third, which are kind of like the physical maintenance ones, which are purchasing the stabilizer from Sabine, visiting Emphis at the food stall, and eating. It feels like they're set actions that are repeatable, they're predictable. Unlike the other actions at the different locations where they're either a repeatable action or a terminal action, and they're driven by dice. So yeah, it's interesting. There's a lot to manage. Up to 5 actions that you can do in a day, in addition to any of your character interactions. So it's interesting. It's interesting. I am looking forward to playing it again, and maybe diving a little bit more into the digital exploration of it, kind of like, that little hacker man stuff, seeing what's in the nodes, seeing what's out there, what we can dig up. But yeah, so it's been good. It's been fun. It's been an experience, and I look forward to doing this again tomorrow. So if anybody stopped by, thanks for stopping by. And if anybody watches this, puts it on for like background noise or something, hopefully it can be, you know, a pleasant diversion, pleasant distraction for you as you do other things. And we'll see you tomorrow. Take care. Bye.